We've got about 45 people on. I think there are still a few joining. But I'm happy for you to introduce it and start. And you've got some lovely videos, so we'll go from there. Thanks, Kay.
Thanks, Ange. Right, morning, everybody. For those of you who know me, hi. And for those who don't, I'm Kay, and as Ange said, I'm the product manager, lucky enough to have this gorgeous destination as part of my portfolio. I hope you're going to enjoy a little visit to Lapland and everything it offers. It truly is a wondrous place. And now I must just bear with me. This is not my day job. So, right, here we go. Is it working, Ange?
It's working.
Good. Right, so we are going to finish Lapland, and you're coming with us. We're going to visit the town of Rovaniemi and the Arctic resort Kakslauttanen. Just so you know, Rovaniemi is based on the Arctic Circle. You can see here, right on the Arctic Circle, there's Rovaniemi. Kakslauttanen, which we'll go to later, is 250 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle. And to get to both, you would fly in via Helsinki, really from anywhere, via Europe, via the Middle East, if they're operating. Who knows who's going to be flying later, but you would fly in generally via Helsinki. In peak season, there are some European countries that have direct flights, particularly to Rovaniemi. I know they do or they did pre-COVID from London. But generally, we would take people in via Helsinki. Rovaniemi itself is situated about 9 kilometers from the airport. It's about a 20-minute taxi ride away. Santa's village is only 3 kilometers away, so that's probably about 5 minutes. For Ivalo to get to Kakslauttanen, it takes about a half an hour in a transfer. So they're very convenient. Right, the introduction to Rovaniemi is going to be done by someone who knows a lot more about it than I do. So I hope you can hear it. Click the right button here.
Hello, my dear friends. My name is Joulupukki, but I'm also known as Santa Claus, Babbo Natale, Sinta Lauren, Père Noël, and so on. Let me tell you about my hometown of Rovaniemi. Rovaniemi is situated on the Arctic Circle in Lapland. It is a home for many wonderful and nice people. There are also quite a few reindeer in Rovaniemi. Rovaniemi is a very beautiful town. In winter it's covered with a white curtain of snow. And at night we can see the magical northern lights. Every year many of my friends from all over the world come visit me. In Rovaniemi they feel the true Christmas spirits and like to share it with their family and friends. My helpers from Rovaniemi tourist office keep me connected to the rest of the world. They make sure that everybody knows when something special happens in Rovaniemi. And now they have even made me my own stamp. There is always something fun to do in Rovaniemi. Winter or summer, you can make new animal friends. And you will never forget the moment when you see the northern lights with your own eyes. That is real Christmas magic. But what have they got to do with Christmas? There is only one place to find out. My dear friends, it is my great pleasure to invite you to visit Rovaniemi and experience the true magic of Christmas.
Right, so that video showed you a thriving modern city. But sadly, Rovaniemi was actually almost completely destroyed in the Second World War. And the history of its rebirth and its growth into the thriving city it is now is thanks in part to Mrs. Roosevelt, the president of the then president, the wife of the then president of America. They were on a tour around Europe, viewing all the devastation from the war and to witness the rebuilding of the affected cities. She had heard that Rovaniemi was on the Arctic Circle, and she expressed a desire to be shown the Arctic line. The officials of Rovaniemi rushed off into the forest and marked the spot of the Arctic line. And they built a little wooden cabin, which to mark the occasion. And there they are on the actual Arctic line, and that is the wooden cabin they built then. This event actually marked the birth of Santa's village, and today you can still see the Arctic line. Those children are jumping over it, and that gorgeous little cottage is still the same Roosevelt cottage today. It really is lovely. I'm going to take you on again to another video. Again, the same host as we had earlier. And this is really good. It shows you a lot about Santa's village and tells you about Lapland in general.
Hello, Santa Claus.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for this exclusive interview here at the Santa Claus main post office in Rovaniemi, Lapland.
You are most welcome.
First of all, Santa Claus, would you mind clarifying something for us? You are also called Joulupukki. What does Joulupukki mean? Is it your real name?
Joulupukki is just Santa Claus in Finnish. In Finland, the children call me Joulupukki. In many countries, they call me Santa Claus and some other names as well, but you can choose. You can call me Joulupukki or Santa Claus, whatever.
How long have you been living here in Lapland?
Very long, very, very long. As people used to say in the very, very old days, many, many moons ago.
What is the Arctic Circle, and why is your village located on the Arctic Circle?
Arctic Circle is a mystery, magical line in the globe. It goes around the globe. And here in Lapland, above the Arctic Circle, we have times in summer where the sun never comes down. It always stays up. We have 24 hours of daylight. And my village is here because it's a very practical place, because it's a junction of many roads and routes.
Can you tell us about the Santa Claus main post office and the Santa Claus village?
Sure. The post office is here where we are, and the Santa Claus village is everything around here. I have my house opposite here. It's called the Santa Claus office, and that's where I can meet my visitors. If you want to know more about the Santa Claus village, check this video here.
How many letters does your post office receive each year?
Oh, it varies a little, but for the past few years it's been between 500,000 and 700,000. It's a lot of mail.
Which countries do the letters come from?
All over the world. They come from all over the world. 160 or something countries, I think, was last year.
How would you describe Lapland? Is it an independent country?
No, it's not an own country. Lapland is the northeast region of Finland, and it's a place where nature is very strong. We have very strong seasons, very opposite seasons. It's very interesting. If you want to see and know more about Lapland, check this video out.
Santa Claus, are you the president or king of Lapland?
For sure, no, because we don't have a king or a president. And Finland, the whole country has a president, and you know, I let him do the job, and I just do mine.
Can people visit you all year round in Rovaniemi, your hometown in Finland?
Sure, you can come here any form of transportation, any way, and any time, because you can meet me here in Rovaniemi every day of the year.
Right, he's awesome. Right, entrance to Santa's village is free everywhere. Even to visit Santa himself, you don't pay. You do queue, but you don't pay. The opening times on this photograph, this was in November. It was from 10 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. But in peak season, I know it opens earlier, certainly about from 9 till 6, but it does vary depending on the seasons. I mean, summer, I'm not sure if it's open longer, could be because they have really, really long days. Santa Claus is very popular with children of all ages, as you can see. This is the gallery on the way in to see him and spot the child. There aren't any. They're really very caring, as you can see, this gorgeous little baby reindeer daycare. It was really set up beautifully. That photograph is the official photo that was taken of, for those of you who recognize our mascot, Waldo. I'm trying to get my pen. That's Waldo. He met Father Christmas. This is myself and a colleague handing our grandchildren's letters over to Santa. And then, of course, we took along the TIR. If you'll remember, there was a competition to have it in places around the world. We never won. It was worth a bash. Something that you can do is you can order a real letter from Santa Claus, and it is guaranteed to be delivered before Christmas. We did that. My colleague Joanne's granddaughter in New Zealand got her letter. My granddaughter in South Africa is still waiting for hers. But it does work, and people who live in Europe assure me their children all got their letters, so it's worth it. This even shows you the polar line as it is now. Just a word of advice, very slippery. I slipped right over the polar line. And this is little Waldo. He fell totally in love with that gorgeous little elf. Other things to do. As you probably gathered from that video, it's not a very, very big theme park. It's not anything like Disneyland or anything like that. It's quite small. The clients really only need a couple of days to be able to see everything. If they go in peak season in December, I would recommend at least another day added to it just to allow for queues. But what you can do is obviously, like these children are here, you can jump over the polar line. They've got kennels with huskies. You can visit the grown huskies, and if you're lucky, pet some puppies. This little elf is stamping a passport. You can have your passport stamped with the stamp that we saw earlier. You can also get a certificate to show that you crossed the Arctic line. They've got reindeer rides, short little reindeer rides. They've got these gorgeous little snowmobiles for children. You can buy souvenirs, every souvenir you can imagine for Christmas. And then when it's snowy, they also have art sculptures and many hotels, and of course entertainment for the children. Then, just outside of Santa's Village, on the way back down to the city of Rovaniemi itself, there is another park. It's called Santa Park. So Santa Park is actually, it's an underground cabin underneath the Arctic Circle. You're hosted there by friendly little elves who take you around and show you everything. There is an entrance fee for this one though. It costs you 46 euros approximately per adult to go in, and about 36 euros per child. The tickets are valid for 2 consecutive days. They are unfortunately not something that we can sell, but they're bookable and payable online without a problem. Just go to Santa Park. I've got another video which I'm going to share with you, a very quick one on Santa Park. But before I do that, just one point on Santa's Village, very important, which I forgot to tell you. Although it's free, when you go in to visit Santa, you may not take your cell phone or a camera in with you. They do not allow you to take your own photographs or videos. They take photographs and they take videos, and they sell you those afterwards. But they really are worth buying. So just that's a good point to remember.
Underneath the Arctic Circle in Santa Claus' home cavern, there is Christmas all year round. Spend an unforgettable day with us in Santa Park. Let the dreams come true. Step into a fairy tale. Santa Claus is waiting for you.
Right, so what else is there to do in Rovaniemi? Well, there's plenty. You can do husky tours, sleigh rides, you can visit husky farms, reindeer sleigh rides, visit reindeer farms. You can snowmobile. You can go skiing, you can go snowshoeing, you can float in the polar ice, you can go ice fishing, you can even swim if you like to. You can always have a sauna. And they organize photography tours and they help you set your camera and do all the fancy things you need to do to take away the white. And then, of course, you can always try and find the northern lights. There's also a ski park called Onisvara. It's on a mountain just on the opposite side of Rovaniemi to where Santa's Village is. It offers downhill skiing, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, tobogganing. The slopes are suitable for beginners and, they say, professionals, and they do cater for adults and children. You can buy tickets for an hour, for 3 hours, for a day. Again, there's something that you could book online. It's not something Thompson's books, but we could do it for you if you wanted to. But it's a nice way for people who have never skied or want to take their children to have a bit of fun. It's really very nice. This is just a map to try and show you a little of the distances. They're not far at all. So there is the airport. 3 kilometers from the airport, you find Santa's village. And then about 9 kilometers down this road, you get the city of Rovaniemi. And then just on the hill, here you get Onisvara. And a little further this way, you'll get one of the accommodations we offer, which is called the Arctic Ice Hotel. Speaking of hotels, right, so we can offer a city centre hotel. This is the hotel we contact. It's called the Arctic City Hotel. It's located right in the very centre of town, near all the shops and the shopping centres and the restaurants. It offers accommodation in classic double and twin rooms. Unfortunately, they're quite small, so it only takes 2 people. They can't have it. You can't put a child in here. But in their star room, which is slightly bigger, there is a sleeper couch, and you could fit a child, but that's the biggest they've got. The prices include saunas always, Wi-Fi and complimentary parking, as well as your breakfast, which includes a full buffet of fruit, pastry, cereal, hot and cold items, your normal stuff. They also have a restaurant called the Monte Rosa, which is reputed to serve the best steaks in town, as well as traditional Lappish cuisine. And this one is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then they have the Bull Bar, which is a casual pub serving North American fare, as you can see. And then they also have 303 Lounge Bar, open to guests. The next accommodation we offer is called the Onisvara Lakutivat Chalets, which are located on the top of the hill near the ski park. They're in the middle of nature, as they say, but they are very, very close to Rovaniemi. And apparently it's not unusual to see a pack of reindeer in the yard. They're modern, they've got 2 full bedrooms, they feature a private sauna, a fireplace, and they have a washing machine and dryer. They have a small galley kitchen, but just another point you need to know is that over the Christmas season, so your December, your peak season, they only sell this on a dinner, bed, and breakfast basis. After peak season, clients are more than welcome to self-cater. As I say, this is a twin bedroom. They also have a double bedroom. And then they can actually seat 6 because they also have this loft upstairs. And there's your usual sauna. They all seem to have saunas and your shower. It's actually, they're really lovely. The other accommodation we offer, which you saw in the video at Santa Park, is the accommodation at the village. These little cottages are really very small. Each building you saw has 2 cottages. The size of each cottage is about 40 square meters. They feature a king-size bed for the adults, and then they can accommodate 2 children sleeping on a shared sofa bed, or they can take 2 adults and 1 other child. If you have, and they have a tiny kitchenette, and then you can see the lounge area with the sleeper couch. If you have more than 2 adults and 2 children, you could rent 2, and they share a common entrance, so it's very convenient to have 2. Right, and then this is the next one. This is an amazing accommodation. Well, that was Rovaniemi, Santa Claus and the Magic of Christmas. Really is a gorgeous place, as I said earlier, for children of all ages. Right, now we're going to move 250 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle, and we are going to go to Kakslauttanen Arctic Resort. Kakslauttanen is completely different to Rovaniemi in that it's one resort and it's situated in a very rural setting, if you will. It's not near any kind of big city, where Rovaniemi is obviously quite commercialized and is near a big city. That's the biggest difference. And Kakslauttanen is more about the activities and the snow than Father Christmas, although they do have, as you saw, a Father Christmas, much younger looking one than they have in Rovaniemi. And in order to see him, though, you do have to book in advance. So the accommodation takes the form of these log chalets. They're designed to fit 1 to 6 people. They don't have any fancy things like flat screen TVs or dishwashers, but they do come with private saunas and a fireplace, and obviously ensuite bathrooms, etc. And these are actually available to book in the summer and the autumn as well. So people who want to witness the magic of the midnight sun, or to be there at the beginning of the Northern Light season in around August, we can book these for them. They also, as you saw, have the glass igloos. These you can get a 2-person igloo, which can take one more third bed. And they only have a toilet and a basin in them, showers and etc., all in a separate building for the smaller ones. Then they also have a 4-bedded one, but a 4-bedded one does have a shower en suite. And just so you know, the temperatures are maintained in these things. They're like really warm. And then they have what they call a Kello glass igloo, which is really the best of both worlds. So it's a combination of the wooden chalet, of the wooden cottage, and the glass igloo. They sleep 6 people, 2 people in a double bed, 2 in a bunk bed in the wooden part, and then there are 2 single beds in the actual glass, glass igloo. And then the last thing they offer are these snow igloos. They come with, as you saw, a felt pellet thing on the bottom, and then they give you a down sleeping bag. The temperature in these is maintained at -6, so they're really quite cozy when the temperature outside is -40. And then just a point on clothing, you need to bring your own, as they call the middle layers, your sort of thermal vests and leggings and gloves and things. But your outer layers, you can rent them. So you don't have to have Arctic gear. And this particular thing comes from our suppliers in Rovaniemi, but exactly the same thing is available in Kakslauttanen. And if you book activities, any of the activities, these outer garments are all included in the price of the activity. But you can book them for your entire holiday, and I would recommend doing that because you want to be able to go out and play in the sun, in the snow, and have some fun, and not only when you're on an excursion. And then just an indication of why you need these. Look at the typical daytime temperatures in winter. It's freezing. Really, really cold. But wow, it's beautiful. And there's a time in December around the solstice that's called the polar night. So in the polar night, you obviously almost have 24 days of darkness. Likewise, at the summer solstice, you almost have 24 hours of daylight. So it really is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Right, I'm going to end with a gorgeous time-lapse video taken from Rovaniemi of the Northern Lights. Right. Let's finish Lapland in a nutshell. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous?
Stunning, Kay. Wow. Geez, definitely bucket list, as you say. I think it's just so beautiful and your presentation was stunning. I know at some point Kay's voice trickled off a little bit. I think it's her laptop. But does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask Kay on anything or maybe something they didn't hear? No, I saw there were lots of nice comments about some people that have even sat on Father Christmas's lap. Anybody got anything for Kay? No, they're all very quiet today, Kay. I think you covered it all.
Good. Well, if anybody needs to know anything, you can really just contact us and we'll help you with pleasure. And we hope you're going to send lots and lots of passengers to Lapland. Thanks.
Okay, there was one. Sorry, let me just go back here. The name of the cabin's at the top of the hill near the ski park.
Oh, thanks. I think it's called Onasvara. Ounasvaara.
Okay, great.
And then there's another word, like Kutivat. And it's actually, there is a package for them on our website. I've spelled it on there.
Oh, nice.
So
And then
Onasvara Kutivat.
Okay, cool. So yes, so there are some packages on our website, so you can do that. So that's good news. And then Claire, thanks so much. I was super lucky to visit twice. Met Santa. Happy to say the outer garment is super warm and an absolute must. Like you said, Kay.
Yeah, for sure. Our stuff from our local shops really doesn't crack it.
I'm sure. Okay. Anybody got anything more for Kay? No, great presentation. Well done, Kay. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I'll see you again Thursday.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.